Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It is Thursday the 3rd of September. We have new mods. I think they finished dropping. I started prepping the video and some more stuff dropped. But we have some updates as well. The updates are as follows. From left to right, the Cinderella 1117 by Agrotono, the map Steppenbach 2020 by LS Mod Company Hot, and the MRF Special Low Loader TLS39 by MR-Forsttechnik have all had updates today. So, straight on with it. In front of us we've got the Animal Broom, and this is by WhiteBull Modding. This cleans feed areas. It won't put stuff back into the trough, I don't think. It's one of the ones that kind of deletes fields. It will clear, take things back to its original. You know what I mean? The words are just failing me. You'll see when we have a look at it in the Modhub. It will say the exact phrasing, or mine's gone blank. Anyway, nicely detailed. It looks like a tyre on there. Attaches by 3-point link. Raises, lowers, and when it's lowered and open position, it will then roll along the floor and clean up. So, what we'll do is we'll hook up to it. So that's in its lifted position. Unfolding it, or folding it, depends how you want to look at it, is that. Then we lower it down. Then you would drive along by your feed area, and that will clean any stuff on the floor. As you can see, it's sweeping the tyre marks. I wonder if it will move stuff into the trough then, because as I'm moving forward, I don't know if you can see that by the tyre marks, it's actually moving them across. Now this will use 4 slots. Raise it up, fold it away, and you'll find this under Tools, under Animals. There we go, 350 to buy. The WhiteBull Modding WBM Animal Broom. There are no options available. You get it as it is, just like that. There you go. Moving on from there, we've got this. This is the Gallows. This is by JF. I want to say JF. JG. My handwriting's terrible. Just looking down. JFAGRI. This is designed for telehandlers. I only found it in telehandlers. Attached onto a telehandler, and it gives you the option to manoeuvre trailers around, mainly ones with a ball hitch as far as I can tell, but it will probably do pin hitch trailers as well. I suppose the best way to do that is if we just go across and grab one. I wasn't going to, but you know what, probably better off that we did. No, that's a ball. That's a pin hitch, isn't it? Please tell me it's a pin hitch. Yep. We'll just lease one of those. So it's to help manoeuvre things around the yard when you're tidying up, that kind of thing. Some telehandlers do come with a rear hitch, but not all of them do, and not all of them hook up. And it just gives you a bit more flexibility and control as well when you're moving certain things around. So when we hook up to it, like so, the Lizard Gallows, we go forward to this one here. Now, rightly or wrongly, there is no PTO, obviously. This is just a solid lump that attaches. But if I open my help window, it does give me the option to drop off container, to detach, do all the various different functions that I need to do. Now I can lift it up a little bit if I want to move. It depends how I want to move these things around. But I can do my usual forward and backward. If I lower it back down so it's on the ground a little bit better, maybe like that. So yeah, you can use it for manoeuvring things around. What I will do is just detach that. We'll try it on the pin hitch. I don't see any reason why it won't work on a pin hitch. It should do. There you go. So whichever trailers you've got, you can manoeuvre them around, park them up wherever you want to. Now, we're going to have a look at this in the store, but we are going to come back to this because I'm going to use it, I think I'm going to use it for something I'm going to show you on another mod in a little while. Let's just turn that off. Jump out. So this you'll find under Tools, under Telehandlers. So if we go into Tools, we go along to Telehandlers, There we go, 1,200 to buy. This will use 2 slots. I've already got one, that's why it's saying 1 slot. And we click on it, there are no options available. You get it in this lovely lizard yellow. And yeah, that's what it's designed to do. That's what it does. Very nice indeed. Moving on. We've got a couple of mods by Adub Modding. In front of us we have got the bench drill and grill pack. I was going to call this mod review grilling and drilling, and then I thought, well, there's some other mods, so hence entitled PUKKA new mods, because there are some PUKKA new mods. But these are decorative items. We've got a barbecue grill and we've got a drill press, bench drill, however you want to refer to it. These you'll find under placeables, decoration. There we go, the bench drill 600, the grill's 200. These use 1 slot each to place. Nicely detailed. The actual drill you can't pick up, but the barbecue you can. It will let you pick it up and move it around and place it wherever you want to for doing your grilling, for feeding the troops after a hard day out in the fields. So that's the bench drill and grill pack by Adub Modding, and then behind us we've got the stone pack by Adub Modding. Now I'm going to be coming back to this in a little while as well, because it's something I want to test with this. So there are quite a few stones. There's one here with a kind of bit of moss, lichen, whatever you want, lichen, however you want to refer to it. And then we've got this one here, various different shapes and sizes. Now as you can see, as I'm moving up to them, they're kind of rolling. So whilst they are placeables, I am curious as to whether they are movable. You can't pick them up by hand, they're too heavy, but I was wondering whether you could pick them up by crane and move them, because that would be an interesting thing to have about. You know, you can have some objects blocking the road, or, you know, but we'll have a look at that in a minute, because I've got a crane over there we're going to have a look at. These are under placeables and decoration as well, I think they were. So there we go, we've got stone 1. They are of the Lizard brand of stone. I didn't know you had branded stones, but they are of the Lizard brand. All the way through to stone 7, I think it is, yeah. There are 5 slots each for the first one. What I'll do, I'll show you one. I'll show you what I mean. So when I place it, now this could be the map. Obviously, sometimes you do get mod clashes and things like that. But when I place it, it kind of pops up, because I thought it'd be a placeable like that, but it then, yeah, kind of pops out of the ground and settles itself down. If I go for which one sort of stands up a little bit more? That one. See what I mean? It kind of pops out and then settles itself pretty much in the same position its counterpart did. But yeah, so we'll have a look at those in a little while. Then brilliantly detailed, nicely textured. They look like rocks. But we'll come back to those. So moving on from there, we've got the Millennial Farms Shed Pack. This is by the SuBBie and Mapper's Paradise. There are 3 in this pack. We've got the toy shed, we've got the slightly larger shed, and then we've got the workshop over there. I had trouble placing this one. Didn't matter where I put it on here, and I went all over the place. It kept saying that the ground couldn't be adjusted. You know, it was a little bit okay. So, oh yeah, that's what I meant to do, didn't I? I'm so terribly sorry. Hang on just a moment. I meant to say, didn't I? With the animal broom, I said there was a phrase. With this machine, you can restore the initial ground state, in brackets, delete fields. That was what I was trying to think of. Yeah, that. Anyway, sorry, that just suddenly popped into my head. Yeah, so it wasn't allowing me to place. I finally got to place here. I would say the flatter the land, the better, as it always is with placeables. These are really nicely detailed. They look just like the ones do in Zach Johnson's yard, Millennial Farmer. On his map and in the real world. These have been tweaked since the map version, because there was a problem with doors and lights because the switches and stuff were all quite close together. So that's been tweaked a little bit to get it to work. But weather vane up on the top there. We'll get over to look at all 3 of them in just a second, but what we'll do is open the door. Really nicely detailed, plenty of space. Doors open and close all round. Now some of the doors, I'll open the help menu, some of the doors open with L3, some open with circle. Now we're used to doors opening with circle, so some do. Where you've got nothing else around it, it's just the door, circle opens that one, no problem at all. And again here, if we come up to it, open door, circle, and open door. Then we come over to this one over here, because we've got the door opener and we've got the light switches. When we come up to it, I've now got main door open close L3, Really nicely animated. Sounds brilliant. Not that usual kind of, you know, I've always said it, sometimes you get a metal door open or a rollover door and you get that creaking wood sound or whatever. It fits, it works really nicely. Then we've got lights on 1 and lights on 2. So circle does that set of lights, and if we do square, it does that set of lights. So square, circle, so we've got 2 sets, then L3 to close the door again. Very nice indeed. So, moving on to this shed here. We'll have a look at my store in a moment. Again, we'll come in. Doors open. Like so. Because there's no light switches next to these will open with circle. Nice big shed, plenty of room. And over here we've got our light switches. So if we swing round, we've got circle. Does that set. Square. Does that set. Very nice indeed. Now I'm going to whiz over past these. Close your eyes, don't look. No peeking until we get to them later. So this here is the Millennial Farms main workshop, and this is a workshop building. We'll talk about the slot counts on these in a little while. But we've got the main doors to this side. We've got one at the side there and one right the way through, which we'll get to in a minute. Now these won't open from the outside. Not without door openers, which Zach seems to lose quite a lot. I think they've got new ones recently, but anyway. That being said, if we come to here, L3 opens the main door, L3, main door, again L3. Plenty of room for big machinery coming in and out and driving through if you want to. Very nice indeed. Same thing over there, L3. We've then got light switches over here. So again, circle does one set. I like the way they blink on and off. Look at that, cool. And then square does the other set again, blinking on and off. Fantastic, really, really nice. Great detail in here. And I'm really glad the doors and stuff are all working. It's fantastic. But if we come through into here, into the office, got the kind of kitchen area, then into the office here, and we come in. You get the menu come up here, open vehicle options. So we've got our Midwest Machinery online store, a logo there on the laptop, Millennial Farmer logo on the mouse mat and stuff. If I press L3, that opens your workshop tab for customizing vehicles. Now, where the vehicles have to actually be, as far as I know, just inside the workshop, because there's no hazard marked area. The other thing, on all 3 sheds, I haven't been able to find a light switch for the exterior lights. There is one over here, but I couldn't get anything to come up for it. So I don't know whether the exterior lights will come on automatically. I haven't found a separate light switch for those. And in turning these ones on, like that, I didn't notice anything come on outside. So yeah, not sure about that. But anyway, so this is the main workshop and the other 2 are sheds. I'm going to turn those back off again. Only because my dad always used to tell me off for leaving lights on around the house when I was a kid. It's just habit now. Terrible, isn't it? Right, so these you will find under placeables, under sheds. Now, just take a breath for a second. The Millennial Farms workshop. Big workshop, big building. You can use it for storage space and stuff as well. Loads of detail, loads of options with the switches and lights and doors and stuff. Now, that one is 61 slots. 250 grand to buy, 61. So, yeah. The Millennial Farms shed, that I had a little bit of trouble placing, that's 40 grand. That's only 8 slots. And then the Millennial Farm toy shed is 25 grand, a little bit smaller again, and that was 9 slots. So, yeah, 61, 8 and 9. But yeah, really nicely detailed. And like I say, I'm really pleased. The rollover doors and stuff are all working on it now, and obviously that can be used as a workshop as well. Moving on from there, we have got these. Very nice indeed, and I really do like the option stuff on these. This is the MAN TGX semi-truck pack. This is by MrSealyp and HaJüHo. As you can see, detail, wow. I mean, really, really nicely detailed. Loads of options. When you start the engine, the cooling fan on the back spins. I mean, it's really, really nice. Now, as you can see, that one's got a fifth wheel. That is adjustable. There is an option for trailer hitch on the back as well. This one, depends what option you go for, but you can get this back on it with a crane, so you can put things into the bed or take it out and move other things around or whatever you want to do. There are 2 bed options. We'll have a look at those. One comes with straps, one doesn't. That's the only thing I can see that's different. As you can see, the actual cabs themselves look fairly different because I've gone for a few different options, and like I say, there are quite a few to choose from on both of these, but very nice indeed. These are, oh yeah, 51 slots. So 51 slot for the cab. Oh blimey, that is high. I was so excited by all the options I forgot about that bit. And this little trailer section here is 12. So where do you find them? Well, you'll find them under trucks. He says lorries. Sorry. Trucks. There you go, the TGX semi-truck. 175 grand for the base model. And there are quite a few options. So, rim colour, we can change to anyone on here. There are quite a few. But we have got chrome, we've got polished metal, we've got a load of metallic colours down the bottom here as well. So at the top we've got a range of colours. The same colours again, further down, but in a metallic version. So if you wanted to go for something kind of metallic-y, that's entirely to you. Or, like I say, we can go for chrome, or what did I just press then? Polished metal. Main colour does the top part of the cab. Again, you know, if you want to go minty cab, or we can go for the metalled mint, which is rather nice. But I say anything off there. There's a yellow kind of colour. There's a gold-ish, but then obviously you've got the more metallic-y one, which looks a little bit more gold. And then design colour is the bottom part of the cab, so we can do a variation of themes, however you're particularly feeling at any given time. Like so. Actually, that sort of lemony yellow is nice as well. So yeah, some really nice options are there. Now, configuration. We can have standard. We can have with trailer hitch on the back. Unfortunately, see one of those menus, it bounces backwards and forwards. And then we can have swap body. Now, swap body is the one that will allow you to have that back section on. If you don't have that on, you can't put the back section on. So the swap body does come with a trailer hitch. So don't worry about losing the trailer hitch option. If you go for swap body and put the back on it with the crane, that does have a trailer hitch on the back of it. And then back to standard again with the fifth wheel. So fifth wheel with trailer hitch, or the swap body. Then wheel brands, we've got Lizard, or we've got Nokian. And under both we've got 6x2, 6x4, 6x6. Then we've got roof colour. Now it says without, so without is whatever colour you've chosen for the main colour, but then you actually can change the roof colour as well. So you can go for a real mix and match across your whole lorry if you want to. So you can change the roof colour as well if you want to. And there's a whole range of those as you go through. Then we've got sun shield, we've got no, we've got yes, small, and then we've got big, and then no again. So let's say we'll go with a big one for some reason. Then extra parts without, horns, extra protection is around the grills there, so we'll take those off. There you go, grills at the front. Or with all, which gives you the horns and it gives you the extra protection down there. Then we've got sunshield colour, so we can have the sunshield colour change from black to red, and then again we scroll through a whole range of options of what you want your screen to be, depending on what you particularly like. Then engine setup, we've got the 500 horsepower version. If we go for the next one up, which gives us 640, that adds the extensions to the cab, so the kind of aerodynamics package on there. And then we can go from 640 to 880 horsepower, which adds an extra 25 grand on, but 880 horsepower is not to be sniffed at. And then I think it's back to 500. Yep, so those are options on there. Then we've got extra mirrors. We can have, yes, extra mirrors on the side if you want extra mirrors. And then we've got mirror caps. Default, chromed, plastic, or the colour you've chosen for your cab. So again, you can go for a range of options there. And then we go to bull bar. We can have a bull bar. No. Yes. Bull bar with lights. Now you can have lights grey, lights blue, or all off. So let's say we'll go with the ones like that. And then we've got the roof bar. No. Yes. That has beacons, but they're clear lensed beacons. And then we can have that with lights as well on the top. Again, grey or blue lighting, depending on how you want to go for that. And those are all the options. So there are quite a few to choose from. If we then come out of there and we go to tools, go along to miscellaneous, we then come to the TGX crane swap body, 18 grand to buy, and like I said, that's 12 slots. Options available on that. We can change the design colour, which changes the crane colour. Then we can change the main body, which changes the bed colour. Then we've got mount trigger and tension belts. Now the only difference I can seem to see at the moment is that mount trigger is just standard as is. Tension belts puts tension belts in the bed at the bottom. I can't find another option. So as far as I can tell, that's all it is between those. So it doesn't cost you any more to have the tension belts in. So I don't know, I guess. Yeah, mount trigger. I can't fathom or work out what else that does. But anyway, so let's jump in it. Start it up. Really nice looking, sounds good. I'd say if we look around the back, fans spinning. Get the light a little bit better. Look at that. It does look really nice. Open up the help menu, like so. If I do L1 and right stick, I can adjust the fifth wheel so I can slide it backwards and forwards for a better fit for whatever trailer you're hauling, so it sits nice on there. So we are adjusting the fifth wheel like so. And I don't think there are any other options on this. We can obviously change cruise control speed. Horn. Very nice. Beacons. Like I said, they are clear, but you can see them. Now, here's the one minor drawback for us. Well, I say us console players. I mean, on the control, if I do R1 and circle, which scrolls through my light options, if I go like this, and then this, then off again. Wonderful. But you might notice I have gone for the extra lights on the bull bar and the extra lights on the top. On a standard PlayStation controller, there's no way of getting those to come on. They won't come on at all. But if you have a Logitech or Saytech heavy equipment side panel plugged into your PlayStation, as I have, and you put the high beams on, so lights on, and then high beams, they come on. And look at the difference in the light. That is absolutely nuts. I'll turn that off. So that's as you get it on a standard PlayStation controller with the side panel plugged in, high beams. Wow. So again, it's that thing. Look at that. That is absolutely bonkers. So I don't know whether that is going to get an update maybe, so it will allow it to scroll through all those options. Because if I now turn that off on my side panel and again go through my options just using my controller, they don't turn on, which is a real pity because they are there, they do work. I am playing on PlayStation 4 Pro, but that kind of feeling that you have to have the side panel to get that option is a little bit, I don't know, a bit unfair if you ask me, because not everyone has got one, you know. So, in-cab, nice and detailed. Turn that off a second. Go for our light options. Dials. We'll do what they should do. No doors and open. Anything like that. But yeah. That seat belt across the other seat as well. Very nice. So we'll drop out of that one and let's drop into the other one. So, a few different alterations. I haven't got the bull bar, I haven't got the extra bit, I've got a slightly different visor. Didn't go for all the bells and whistles, but I went with the swap body on this. So if attached to the swap body, you get that, which I think looks quite a cool little unit, that. Very nice indeed. So, actually I'll open that again. I can fasten or unfasten the tension belts because I went with the one with tension belts. So tension belts inside there. L1, R1, right stick side to side will open that side of the bed for loading or unloading. up and down will open that side of the bed to make sure I get it right. There we go. So we can open the sides of the bed like that. What else do we want? Right, unfold trailer. We'll unfold the crane. Like I say, it does have a trailer hitch on the back, so the swap body bit with the crane does have a trailer, so you can put a trailer behind and then use the crane for loading up another trailer, whether you're doing logs or whatever you're doing. That's up to you. So once it's open like that, I then need to switch tools to go to the next one. So we go to control group 2, which is crane, and then I get my usual crane controls like so: left, right, up, down. I can extend out and back, up and down, L1, R1, rotation of the crane itself, and then open and close like so. Very nice indeed. Now what I was going to do was, I was going to try. Now obviously I've got that. I don't know if it's going to. Well, that's probably a fairly large one actually, but let's see if it will at least try. Don't know if it will. Maybe because it's too big, or so I don't know. Maybe these rods can't be picked up. Maybe it'd be something you have a fiddle around with, and you might be able to get one of the cranes to work, and you might be able to load them up with something. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying at the moment, with my limited skills. Hold on, hang on, hang on. Oh, hold your horses. So, the stone pack by Adub modding. You can pick it. Well, that opens up a whole load of possibilities. My mind is now storylines and things. That. Wow. Okay. I can't let go of it. Anyway, so the crane does work, like I say, and you know, we've got all the various different functions. We can load the bed, unload the bed, camera angles, in cab, crane, right down there, which is quite nice. I'm trying to get that off now. Get off. I think I've got it caught. Never mind. Oh, there we go. We got it off. There we go. Fantastic. But those are your options on that. So yeah, combination of the MAN TGX semi-truck pack, MR-Forsttechnik, HaJüHo. I don't think I've missed any options on that. I hope I haven't. Let's fold that back up again. And we are good to go. Very nice indeed. Which brings me on to we'll have this one next. We'll come on to those, don't you worry. Is this. Now this is again, I'm not going to say game changer. No. Well, don't know. This is technically an Autoload trailer. This is the platform Ferselimp. I think it's Ferselimp. I want to get that right. Ferselimp Autoload. This is by Vanquish081 VSR Modding Sur. And it's actually this bed section here. The bottom bit of it is an IT runner, and it will work with a compatible IT runner bed, whichever one's hook lifts, all those various ones. It's actually just this trailer section here. Now in essence it's a trailer like most others, but there are 4 options on this. We can have a fertilizer option, a lime option, a seed option, or a pig food option. And what it will do is when you buy those and come up next to it, you press L3 and it loads them on and puts them on like so. So you're kind of delivering pallets, but it only works on those 4 at the moment. So it's not for all pallets. It's not an Autoload pallet trailer exactly, but it's pretty cool. And then you can fill up from this. So it does say, I'm just going to check the Modhub next to me. You can supply to sewing machine and sprayer in the fields. With this platform you can transport a big bag of fertilizer, lime, seeds or pig food. So you think, okay, that's pretty cool, but is it fairly limited to which ones it will hook up to? Let's have a look at install first. You'll find it under tools, under trailers. There it is, platform Ferselimp Autoload, 9,500. Now it says 40,000 litres there, and it does say at the bottom left, it does say fertiliser, lime, seed and pig food. Those are the things it will take. When we first come onto it, we can change the main colour to anything on that palette, for example. Then we got the option, and you pick which one you want. So fertiliser or lime or seed or pig food. Now pig food, seed and fertiliser will do 20,000 litres. Lime it will do 40,000 litres. I think the lime boxes you normally get twice as much in them, don't you? So those are your options on it. Now what I'm going to do is jump back over to where we had the telehandler. I said we were going to come back to it. So what I've got here is an IT runner bed. I've got one of the containers, the Ferselimp Autoload platform, and this is a lime one. So what I've done is I've just got a selection of different lime pallets. That one's a standard in-game one. That one is the one by, I want to say Quiet Hitman. Was that one by Quiet Hitman? We've got, that one came as part of the big bag handler pack. This one I think is a DD Mod Passion one. And you can buy them in multiples on this one. So I thought, you know, will it just work on the standard in-game ones, or will it work on any of them? As long as it's lime, will it work? So, you know what, I'll give it a go. Obviously I'm not doing this with a regular tractor trailer combo. I thought I'd use the Gallows and give this a go as well. So open up my help menu. What I'm going to do is drive forward. What should happen, I hope, if I come up next to it, it should say refill container. So if I press L3 now, it is working. So it's taking from this pallet, which is a mod, it's not a standard in-game one. And what it should do, I hope, please work. Maybe it's only going to work with the stand. Oh no, lime's 2,000, isn't it? I'm thinking, why isn't it working? Please work. This is the first to me. I did it with the seeds, but I haven't done it with the fertiliser. There we go. So fertiliser palette appears on there. So although it's taken them from various different mods, it will put them on as a kind of standard fertiliser palette. And then when you get out to your field, or wherever you are, you can then unload them again. Now you can do that with other trailers and various different things. Of course you can. This adds a bit more kind of immersion to it. And I know if you want to go fully immersive, you would load the pallets up yourself with a forklift or whatever onto a trailer, take them out and but I know a lot of people don't like that, so this is kind of somewhere in between. It's kind of an auto load without the hassle of having to load up pallets yourself, but it's not just putting it into a trailer. It kind of gives you a bit of the best of both worlds, really. I like this. So what we're going to do now is hopefully bring it next to the next one, and hopefully that will say refill container as well. It will. Will it do it from the bag though? It says refill container. Fingers crossed. Now, obviously I've got a selection of various different modded fertiliser options here. Does that mean it will work with every single modded version? I would like to think so, because I've gone with a fairly wide selection here. Let's go with this one here. Does it say refill container? It does. So like I say, in essence they've just got an open bed which is acting like a trailer, because normally if you put up next to one of these it will load in. But I do like this option. I think it's really nice. Very cool indeed. So as you can see, it is working. It is loading the pallets on. I assume it's going to double stack then. So if it's 2,000 each, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,000. This does say it holds 40,000, so I'm assuming then it will double stack too. Anyway, yeah, there you go. So that's the platform Ferselimp Autoload by Vanquish 081 VSR modding Sir. And we also see the Gallows is working and doing what it should be. And then obviously you can load and unload that, put it down wherever you want, put it by the side of a field, you can come along, fill up from it. And you can do that with your fertiliser, seed, lime and pig food. Very nice indeed. Moving on to the last of the mods for today. We've got this little beauty. This dropped quite late, and this is PUKKA. That's why I put PUKKA new mods. I really like this. This is the Claas Xerion 3000 series by Smety. This will use 27 slots, which I think is absolutely fantastic. The Ferselimp Autoload trailer, sorry, was 4 slots. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but it is 4 slots. So yeah, 27 slots for this. On the detail front, wow. I mean, it looks absolutely brilliant. This is obviously the smaller brother to the Xerion 4 and 5000 series. Now, when I saw these at Agritechnica, I really do hope, and we haven't really got any of them for the larger Xerions, but there's a whole range of equipment that goes with these machines. Because on the back of these, if I go on to this one, actually I've covered it up, haven't I? We'll have a look in a second, and that one I've put a weight over it, haven't I? Yeah, of course I have. There's a gooseneck kind of attachment, and you can get a whole array of different equipment that attaches onto the gooseneck backs of these. You also get attachments that connect onto the back, like tanks and all sorts of things. I was really hoping we were going to get some more of those when the class pack came out. We haven't yet, but that said, I mean, that just looks... I love it. It's my own personal preference. I know you may not like class machinery at all, but this is a very, very, very nice mod. So, not that the others aren't, but I just particularly like this one. You'll find this under, I want to say medium tractors, but I think it was large actually. Under large tractors, the Xerion 3000 series, 330 grand to buy. Fairly pricey, I guess. Like I say, 27 slots. We have got options on rim colour, white, grey, black or chromed if you want to be a blingy farmer. Main colour, black, white, orange, red or blue. Actually I'll go back to only because it just feels right. I don't know why. And then design colour changes the grid, I think, around the exhaust, so we can have that one there black, or we can have it chromed, yeah, so around the exhaust just there. Then options, we've got configuration standard. So on the back there you can see there's a ball in the bottom of there. There's like a ball joint, so that's for hooking up the various different trays and things like that. Like I said, I was hoping we'd get more of those, but we haven't yet. Fingers crossed, you never know. So standard, or with a weight, so you can have a weight on there. Take that off, we go back to standard. Then options on tyres, no. Options on tyres, we've got Trelleborg, we've got Michelin, we've got Miters and Nokians. Nokians drops it right down to the ground, slamming it to the deck. So back to Trelleborg, we've got the option of 650/85 R38s. Then we've got the R38 Air. So the air ride system, it doesn't actually do anything in game, but it's kind of that look of, you know, so you can adjust the pressures and various different things as you go. Then we've got the 710, 70 wides, twins, which looks great. Then we've got narrow set, again fantastic. Narrow twins, back to standards. Under Michelin, same thing, we've got a variation on the wides, twins, but there's no narrow versions on the Trelleborgs. And then Mitas, we've got again variations of wides, twins, but again no narrows. So if you want narrows, you need that on the Trelleborg. Then we've got track. So you've got the Xerion 3000 track series, which is standard, like so. If we look at the back here, if we go for the track VC, the track VC is the variable cab. So for 5 grand you can have the rotating cab, so you can swing it round, change direction, and you know, for various different operations of machinery. If you don't want that, just have the track version. If you get the cab will not turn around. You need the track VC, variable cab, if you want the cab to rotate. And then we've got, on the front, we've got a standard weight, 1,800 kilogram. We can go 2,200, 2,600, or a front 3-point link. Then back to the standard weight carrier. Then engine setup, we've got Xerion 3300 at 335 horsepower, the Xerion 3800 at 379 horsepower, which doesn't add a huge amount on, actually 11,500 to give you 379 horsepower. And then we've got side sign on the back. Here we've got nothing, or EU signs. Those are the two options on there. So those are the options. Now, this one I went with wide tyres, and I went with the standard. This is the standard track, this is not a VC version. I went with the front weight on it, and I went with the weight on the back as well. Oh, I'm really liking this, I'm really liking it. Lights, loads of lights on this, look at that. Fantastic. Horn, nice and clear, not overly meaty. I love the exhaust down the front as well. I think it looks really nice. Have I mentioned that? I think it looks really nice. Now, options available. We can change our steering mode. We can have all-wheel steer, front-wheel steer, crab steer left, crab steer right, or back to all-wheel steer. In cab, go for our light options. Don't think there's one that comes up for hazards, but the hazards are on. You can just see between the steering wheels, you can see the beacon rotating. Hazards, warning, yeah, beacons, sorry. And then what we'll do is we'll swap over to the VC, which I went for. Now, when you go for the VC, as I have done here, if I do L1, R1 and then change driving direction, the whole cab lifts up. Now that goes a lot faster round than the standard Xerion 4 and 5000 series we've got in game. I went for narrow twins on this. Again, I don't know, I like the look of it. I like the sort of stance, how wide it is. So driving forward we've got 34 mile an hour, and in reverse I think it goes to 14, 12, 14. Oh, 16. But if you swing the cab round, like we're doing now, it does change the controls round. So when I drive forwards it will go that way, the way I'm facing. Reverse it will go that way. However, the transmission still remains the same in that, although I'm going forwards, technically it's still reverse, but it will only go 16 miles an hour. If I then go in reverse, which is technically forwards, it will go up to 34. So it's a little bit kind of when you have to turn around that way. But agile. Really nice. I just think it's very crisp detail on it. Yeah, very nicely done. Very nicely done. That's the Claas Xerion 3000 series by Smety. A triumph, I think you'll find. So that is it, I believe. I think I've done them all. That's it for the mods for today. Yeah, so I'd say not necessarily, I'd say game changers. A few things in there that I think are just, yeah, PUKKA. Really, some really nice mods today. And that whole stone thing. So, I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.